Dr. Maureen Craig. I'm the nurse specialist and also the yoga teacher. For class tonight, we are going to be focusing on crescent lunge, which I acknowledge is a challenging posture for the balance and strengthening. So I encourage you, especially if you're newer to practice, to have some blocks available to you, or potentially using your mat near a chair, table, or the wall so that you can have a little support for your balance if you're challenged in any way during the practice and want to feel like you want to use your muscles more. All right, let's begin our practice by settling in a seated posture, either with your legs folded underneath you or in front of you. And then just feel the weight of your body arriving now here on the mat, and feeling the tallness of your spine reaching up. Begin to bring your attention towards your breath and start to feel the breath in the body. Lengthening your inhale and letting the exhale be slow and long. Inhale a little more fully. And then a slow letting go exhale. And we're going to use the tongue here at the end of the inhale. Push the tongue against the back of the roof of the mouth and hold the breath for a count of 3. And then release in the body and slowly blow the breath out through the lips. We'll do that a few more times now. Inhale fully. Use the tongue to block the out breath, letting go in the body even as you're holding the breath, and then slowly blowing the breath out and feeling that melting, that letting go. Letting your exhale be complete. And repeating that breath for a couple more times. Finishing the cycle that you're on and taking one more. Returning to your natural breath and just bringing your attention over the heart. Getting a sense of your emotional body. And then choosing a feeling tone word that you would like to bring as an intention towards your practice. Perhaps peace or presence. Maybe more connection, whatever you're working on in your practice. And letting that feeling tone come into your body a bit. Then dropping your chin towards your chest and gently rolling out the back of the neck. Bring the shoulders forward up towards the ears as you raise the crown of the head. Take a few shoulder rolls to start our practice. Then change direction on the shoulder rolls. Maybe just swim the shoulders a bit. And change to a backstroke. Then take your one hand and place it behind the back into the notch of the elbow of the other hand. Draw that elbow forward and the shoulder down as you lean away, looking towards the other shoulder. Feel the stretch along the neck here. Inhale and switch to the other side. Draw that elbow forward and the shoulder down as you stretch the neck away just a bit. Perhaps nodding as you're exploring that stretch in the side neck. And release. Bring your hands to prayer. Equalize the pressure between the palms. Lengthen from shoulder to elbow, elbow to wrist. Exhale here. Bring the elbows together and fill the back body with breath. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale, fill the back body. Exhale down. Deepening our breath. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, open up in a rainbow. Draw the thumbs back, shoulder blades together. Inhale, scoop it up. Exhale, back to the heart. Nice and slow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale home. Inhale up. Exhale out into a T. Reach in both directions. Draw those shoulder blades a bit together. I like to roll my thumbs back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Drop that right hand towards the mat. As you push into the mat, reach over with the other arm. Inhale as you sweep the sky. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, coming through center. Exhale, side bend. Roll the heart a little bit down. And then roll the heart more towards the sky. Come on through center. Exhale, side bend, rolling the heart first down. And then more towards the sky. Beautiful. All right. Check in with your upper body, how that feels, and then let's come over onto our hands and knees, and we'll begin with the little cat-cow. We're going to add to that cat-cow a little bit here. So just gently moving through that spine, letting the spine warm up. Inhaling as you look forward, the tailbone comes up, and exhale as you push the tummy up towards the spine, arching the back. And then pausing in table as you reach your right hand up. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring that arm as it reaches forward. The ear, the shoulder come down towards the mat. And just roll that top shoulder back a little so you get a nice spinal twist there. Inhale and bring that hand back to the mat, sweeping the other hand up. Exhale, thread the needle on the other side. Reach that arm forward as you draw the top shoulder back just a bit. Inhale, come back to plant the hands there on the mat. Exhale, back to your child's pose. Reaching the hips back. Sweep the hands to the heels. Tuck the toes. Draw yourself up and then reach up with the right hand as you squeeze the glutes in a half camel. Look back to the heel. Inhale and switch. Bring the hand to the heel, left hand to the sky. Keep the glutes squeezed. Inhale and switch. Inhale and switch. Now reaching both hands up to the sky. Keep the glutes engaged. Untuck your toes and let your hips come down as your arms come into cactus. Nice strong back here. And you're just going to engage by coming to a 45-degree angle. Keep the back strong. If you extend your arms, this gives more ask from the core. Breathe. Plant your hands. Return to cat-cow. Breathing. Inhale the right hand, thread the needle. And bring that hand back to the mat. Inhale the left hand and thread the needle. Bring that hand back to the mat. Push the hips back for child. Sweep the hands in a rainbow as you grab and tuck your toes. Open up in that half camel. Squeeze the glutes, lift the heart, and switch. Some of you may like full camel, but it may be a bit much for you as well. So just take what works for you, switching from side to side in this dancing camel. And then reach those arms up as you untuck your toes. Stay engaged as you come down. A nice strong back here. Float the heart forward. Option to extend the arms. Plant the hands. Cat-cow. Beautiful. All right, let's move our hands a handprint forward and slowly come down to the mat. We're going to come into a seal posture. So your hands are extended out at a 45-degree angle from your shoulders or from center. And this begins to work that thoracic spine, that upper spine. So engage enough to let the heart start shining forward. Keep the neck long. Breathing here. Zip the legs together. One more breath in this position. Then draw your elbows under the shoulders, coming into our Sphinx posture. Here you can traction the forearms back. The heart comes through the biceps. Again, working to get a little more mobility in the thoracic spine, the part that has all the ribs. Softening a bit, bringing your elbows back just behind your shoulders. The forearms pressing into the mat. Coming up onto your knees. So we're coming into this forearm plank. Option to tuck your toes and lift the knees if you wish. And breathing. Let's try 5 breaths here. Keep the neck long. 3 more. 2. 1 more. Let the knees come down. Place the hands where the elbows were, coming back to your table. And then we're going to make sure our hands are right underneath our shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we'll push our right heel back for a balanced table. Option to add the left thumb to the sky. Feel the neck be long. A little lift here with the breath. Exhale, lengthen out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen. One more big breath here. And exhale. Bring the hand down, bend the knee, and draw some circles with that knee, lubricating the hip a bit. And change direction. Then extend that leg out, press the ball of the foot towards the mat as you press the hands in, and get a good calf stretch. Okay, let's bring those moves to the other side. Push the left heel back, the right thumb to the sky. Find your breath. 3 breaths here. Lengthen, lift, lengthen. Inhale and exhale. The palm comes down, the knee bends, and start to draw your circles with your knee. And then change direction. Just feeling into that hip, getting some nice lubrication going there, and then bringing the ball of the left foot back to the mat for a little bit of a soul stretch. Left knee comes down. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Flip your wrists. And then just kind of sit back a little bit on your hips and get a bit of a forearm stretch. The fingers be nice and flat. Okay, turning them around and pressing into the hands, but first tuck your heels together and the toes together. Press into the hands to get a bit of a soul stretch going there. And then walk your hands forward. Begin to come into a bit of a puppy dog here. So just floating the knees. Slowly push your hips back. And then begin to lengthen the back of the legs. So we're coming into our down dog and pressing our heels towards the mat.
Just doing it slow and with curiosity. Option to wag the tail a bit. With your next inhale, looking between the thumbs, and then walk your hands, your feet towards your hands, and come to a forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those hands behind you as you engage the glutes, lift the heart, and release. Beautiful. A little bit of a warm-up. Let's move into a soft balance posture here. We're going to come into a mountain and a star. So from mountain, we'll kick one heel back as you lift the arms up. Bring it back to mountain. Switch to the other side. Bring it back to mountain and then move to star. Float out to star, home, and float out to star. Okay? Please join me. Coming first into a floating mountain or a tall mountain, and then foot back, and then the other foot comes back, tall mountain. Float it out to a twinkling star, and the other side. It's almost like a dance. One more time through. Kicking the heel back, the other side, and then out to star. And back. Out to star and back. All right, well, that was a little practice in our balance postures, but now we're going to come into our flow, and we're going to have some crescent lunges today, and those are truly challenging to the balance. So let's find our mountain, and remember not to lean too forward into practice, Maureen. We want to make sure and just stay in the moment. So let's begin pose by pose, finding our mountain, finding our joints, stacking, and our breath in our body. Bring the hands up for tall mountain. Exhale and swan dive. Inhale for a half lift. Feel the back flatten. Exhale, fold and step back on the right. Bring the right knee down, untuck the toes. We're coming into our low lunge. So take a moment to let the front heel and the back knee draw towards each other a little. And then bring your hands up for your modified warrior one. Option to bring them into cactus. Lift the heart a little bit more. Then frame the foot, draw that left hip back. These are great stretches to warm up our legs. Spread the toes, circles with the ankle. And now bring that foot back to the floor, hands on the knee. Sweep the left hand back in a closed twist. Then bring both hands up, modified warrior one. Now we're going to take the right hand back to the inner thigh of that back leg. Option to look back towards your heel. This is like a reverse warrior. Then bring both hands down to the mat. Tuck the back toes and step out to your plank. Taking a flow here, knees, chest, chin. Inhale for a bit of cobra. Exhale, push to your down dog. Inhale, floating forward, coming to plank. Bring the left knee down. Step the right foot forward between the hands. We'll take these same moves on this side. So draw that front heel, back knee together as you enter into your modified warrior one. Let the hips sink to whatever degree is comfortable there. Option for cactus. Fold and draw that right hip back, taking a good stretch on the hamstring, the calf. Hurdler's stretch. Walk your hands forward, up onto the knee, and then sweep that right hand back, coming into your closed twist. Let the hands come back up, modified warrior one. Keep the right hand up. The left hand circles back to the inner thigh. Option for the gaze to follow in this modified reverse warrior. Plant the hands, tuck the back toes, step, forward fold. Half lift with a breath. Exhale and fold. Sweep the hands behind you, squeeze the glutes and lift the heart. And release. All right, first warm-up flow, and we'll take a similar flow this time and just add on just a little bit, each time progressing some of the moves. Finding your mountain and your ujjayi breath, narrowing your throat just a bit. Letting that little bit of positive airway pressure open the lungs. With the next in breath, raising the arms. Exhale and fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold, step back on the right, bring that right knee down. Coming back to that modified warrior one. This time we're going to bring our palms together, and this is an option to tuck the elbow over the knee. So you're coming into a prayer twist here. Okay? You can also take the elbow over the knee first and then stack the hands in prayer. You can also put a fist in the hand, so whatever works for you. Once, see, I'm already challenging my balance. Once you're into this posture, then tuck the back toes and option to lift that knee, coming into your crescent lunge prayer twist. And then open it up, crescent lunge. Then we're going to move to a reverse warrior. So drop the back heel, bring the right hand to the inside of that thigh. Now you can keep your gaze forward if you wish, but you can also lean that top arm back with the gaze. Breathing here. Keep drawing that kneecap up. And then windmill down to the mat. Step back for your plank. Take a flow, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Floating forward. The left knee comes down and we step forward with the right foot. Come on into that modified warrior one. Prayer hands, elbow over the knee, or tuck the elbow over the knee first, and then prayer hands. When you're ready, and if you choose, tuck the back toes, push the feet apart, lift that back leg, crescent lunge prayer twist. Releasing into your crescent lunge, hold a drishti point, focus point. That really helps the balance. And then option to drop the back heel, sweep the left hand to the thigh and the right hand over you. Gaze to the back heel if you wish. Otherwise, you can keep holding a focus point in front. Breathing. Exhale and windmill. Hands on the mat. Step to forward fold. Half lift. And fold. Sweep the hands behind you, rising tall mountain. And release. Beautiful. All right, so a couple warm-up postures and we'll come back to this crescent lunge practice. And let's take a little dragonfly twist in between here. So standing in your mountain posture. Rise the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold and step back on the right. 2 lanes of traffic. And this is an area where you can definitely use a block under your hand if you wish. Plant that right hand down and then stack the shoulders, coming into that fallen cross or dragonfly twist. Bring the left hand down, step back for your plank. We'll take a flow here, knees, chest, chin, elbows in. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right foot comes up, Bend the knees, stack the hips for fire hydrant, circles with the ankle. Bring that right elbow behind the right wrist. Sorry, the right knee behind the right wrist. Option to bring your block under your right hand and then slide the shin forward just a bit to increase the stretch in the outer right hip. Keep the ankle flexed. The knee should be completely comfortable. And just breathe with that stretch. Some people like to lean forward over the leg. Just play with it and feel what you feel, honoring your body's experience. One more breath here. Slide that shin back a little bit. Frame out your hands. The right foot returns to the sky. Give it a big shake and then step it forward for a dragonfly twist on this side. Stacking the shoulders. Hand comes down, step, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those hands behind you and release. Very good. Let's take those moves on the other side so we get a nice pigeon on both sides. Dragonfly twist. Great posture. All right, a little weight in the heels. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale and fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold, step back on the left, coming into your lunge here. Runner's lunge. Plant the left hand down, stack your shoulders, dragonfly twist. Keep pulling that left kneecap up. Take a breath. Hand comes down, step back for your plank. Exhale, bring the knees down, elbows in, chest chin. Roll the heart up, cobra. Exhale, push into the hands, hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot up and the knee, stack the hips for our fire hydrant. Bring that left knee behind the left wrist. Plant that hand on a block if that works for you. Slide the shin forward a bit. Keep the ankle flexed, the knee comfortable. And then you can tuck the back toes and just kind of play with that stretch in the outer left hip. Breathing with that. One more breath. The flexibility of one side versus the other may vary quite a bit. Frame out your hands. Let the left foot return to the sky. Exhale, bring that foot forward between the hands for a dragonfly twist on this side. Heart rotates towards the knee. Bring the hand down, step, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Sweep the hands behind you. Lifting up, exhale, hands to heart and release. Take a little cleansing breath here or two. We've moved through quite a bit of flow, and so that can bring heat to the body. So then it's good to cool with a little bit of breathing. All right, coming back to your mat, we're going to go ahead and find our mountain posture, and now we'll take a Sari Namaskara B series where we take into account the chair at the beginning of the flow. So find the posture with your feet first, parallel with the long edge of the mat. Let the knees and the hips soften just a bit. Feel the heels land. Push the heels away from each other a bit. And then let the arms rise if you like, or you can just hold them in prayer. Sitting in your chair here. 2 breaths. Exhale and fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold, and step out for your plank. Holding plank or taking a flow here, knees, chest, chin, or high to low push-up called chaturanga. And then untuck the toes, coming into up dog. Exhale, we'll meet in down dog. We'll start on the left side, lift that leg up, bend the knee, stack the hips. Lengthen out that leg and bring it forward between the hands. 2 lanes of traffic in your runner's lunge. Bring the block to the inside of that foot and take a little pyramid here, drawing that left hip back a bit. Good stretch on the back of that front leg. Then set your block aside. Let the knee be right over the ankle. Press into the back foot. Slowly rise, crescent lunge. Bring the hands together. Option for a prayer twist here. And then we're going to unfold all the way to reverse warrior. Drop the heel, bring the hands back. Holding your reverse warrior for a breath or 2. Keep the kneecap drawn up and the front knee, make sure it's right over the ankle. Then we're going to bring our hands into warrior 1. So the back heel goes back just a bit, arms up, and then draw them into cactus as the heart lifts a bit. Bring some attention to the low belly and draw it in with exhale. The hands now will come behind the sacrum, interlace. Draw them down to lift the heart. Feet are strong, pushing into the mat. We're coming to humble warrior here. Core is engaged as we slowly fold the body towards the inner thigh. Release the hands to the mat. Turn towards the long edge of your mat. Let the legs lengthen. And the heels come out a little further than the toes into your straddle. Place the hands on a block or on the mat and let the neck have a bit of an inversion here as you nod yes. And then walk your hands towards the right foot as you turn the right toes towards the short edge of the mat. Bring that knee directly over the ankle. Then place the elbow onto the knee and then rotate the heart open. Bring that arm up and over the ear if you wish. Extended side angle. There we go. We're getting into different poses in different ways. That can be fun. Feel the belly, have the breath in it. Keep the core engaged as you bring that hand down to the mat and walk to the other foot. Okay, we're going to turn that foot now towards the short edge of the mat. The back foot is pointed out towards the long edge of the mat. Stack the elbow on the knee. Then lift the other arm up. You're drawing a bow. Keep the heart turned to the side. Elbow or the arm can come up over the ear. Extended side angle. Breathing. Couple more breaths. Bring the hands back to the mat. Step that left foot back to meet the right, coming into your plank. And take or skip a flow here, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And then move into our downward facing dog. And I'm going to change direction here so you can see me on the other side. Right foot goes up and bring it forward between the hands. We're starting now with the block on the inside of that foot. 2 lanes of traffic, and as you bring your hands and a little bit of weight to that block, draw that front hip back. Really pulling that hip back, giving a good stretch to that hamstring. And then when you're ready, bring that that knee right over the ankle. Hold a focus point, press the 2 feet away from each other. This is where sometimes it's helpful to have a little support for your hands as you come up into crescent lunge. You can let the hips sink a bit and offer a prayer twist if you wish. From prayer twist, we're going to unwind into a reverse warrior. Draw that back knee cup up. That's a big move, so feel free to take it slowly. Don't have to go the whole way all at once. Another breath here in reverse warrior. And then bring that back arm forward as you come into your warrior 1. Draw the elbows down for cactus. Keep the feet pressing away from each other, shoulder blades drawn together. Interlace the hands behind the sacrum, draw them down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Engage that core, and slowly, with a bit of control, fold to the inside of that leg. Hands rise up off the sacrum if you wish. Release the hands to the mat and walk to the long edge of the mat. Coming out to that nice straddle again. Heels are out a little more than the toes. Walk your hands through the legs. Keep a micro bend in both knees so they're comfortable. Nod the head yes to release the neck. And you can draw circles with your elbow here, like you're stirring a pot of soup. Releasing the shoulder, turn it the other way. And then take the other elbow. Circles and change direction. Letting go of those muscles in the shoulder. Walk both hands over to for me it's the left foot. Bring a hand to the outside of the ankle and one up to the hip, and then just draw your heart towards your knee. Breathing with this stretch, keep a little bit of a softness in the knee. Honor the body you're in. Love this body that holds your life. Walking the rainbow over to the other foot. Hand on the outside of the ankle and up on the hip. Draw the heart towards the knee. And come back to the top of the mat and step your foot back for your plank. We'll take a knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath or two here in down dog. Little gaze between the thumbs, and on the exhale, step forward. Come to a half lift. Feel the inner thighs spin to the back wall. Exhale and fold. Soften your knees and hips as you reach first behind you and then sweep into your chair. Let the hips lower for a bit of a challenge. Hands to your heart, and then push through your heels as you splash out and release. Yay! Made it through the flow. All right, cleansing breath. Let's come into some core work now. Come to the top of your mat. Take a breath cycle or two. Reach the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale for a half lift. fold and step out to your plank. For plank, you can take any version of plank that works for you on your knees or on your toes. Box it up, whatever works for you. I'm going to offer a little bit of side planking in between, and you can do that with your knees down as well. So I'm having my feet about 1 foot distance apart. I'm going to put both heels off to the left. The right hand goes up. Breathe. Lift the hip. And switching sides, roll the heels up and down the other way. Take a breath. Bring the hands down. Exhale, push up to down dog. Inhale forward, back to your plank. 3 more breaths. Don't let the hips sag. 1 more. Bring the knees down and then come down to a seated posture, letting your hips come down to the mat and your toes out in front of you. Hold on to your shins as you lift your heart. We're going to traction our feet on the mat, reach the arms forward, and now begin to get a C-spine. So your spine pushes back. So you slowly start to unfold. I'm just going to move up a little so I have room to lay down vertebrae by vertebrae. And see where it is for you that you have the most area to work. Coming all the way down and letting the arms sweep overhead for a little stretch. Then we're going to bring our heels up behind our glutes, our arms alongside our body. Just roll the shoulders under a little bit as you push the skull into the mat. We're going to come into a bridge. Feel the breath in the low belly. Exhale, push the spine towards the mat. Inhale, fill that low belly. Exhale, push the spine down and start rolling it up. Squeeze the glutes, draw the knees a little bit towards each other. Coming into your bridge and breathe. Engage the pelvic floor, drawing the pubic bone to tailbone. Feel that full engagement of the core right up to the base of the ribs. Lift your heels, lengthen your tailbone towards the heels. Unwind that spine. Leave the left foot where it is, but bring the right foot into tabletop, or the shins into tabletop. And then push that right foot away at 45. Inhale it back, shin, the knee right over the hip. Exhale, push it out. Feel the engagement of the low belly. Inhale in. Exhale, push it out. Bring it back into tabletop. And now an option for you is to come into a one-footed bridge, okay? So push into that left heel and roll up the spine. Then push the right foot out till it's parallel thighs. Breathing for 2. Push the right toes to the sky. 1 breath. Bring the heel down, push both hips up. Unwind that spine. Awesome job, you did it. Let's take the other side. Leave the right heel in, the left shin in tabletop. Push it out, bring it back in. Push it out, bring it in. Feel the engagement of the core, bring it in. Roll up into your one-footed bridge, push it out, thighs parallel, 2 breaths. Toes to the sky, heel to the earth. Unwind the spine. Great job. find your block, set it underneath your hips, Vipariti Karani. Let that sacrum be well supported as you bring your knees in, and your heels can go up to the sky. Circles with the ankles. Let the heels drift apart if you wish. It's unwinding time. Find the breath. Breathe slowly and deeply. The next exhale, let your heels come together and your knees towards your chest. Holding onto your left knee, let the right heel go long, drifting towards the earth, opening the front of that right hip flexor. Your hands can go up the back of your left leg, taking a bit of a hamstring stretch here. Really listening to your body, remembering your intention word and the felt sense of that intention word. And slowly switching, bring the right knee in. The left heel can go long. Walk your hands up the back of that leg. And then bringing both knees in. You can reach between the knees for the big toes, coming to a bit of a happy baby there. And then let both heels come down to the earth. Bridge up enough to slip your block out from underneath you. And then explore happy baby one more time. Bringing your hands to the big toes or the ankles. Just feel the back body on the earth as you explore that posture. Release the big toes, let the right heel go long, and take the left knee across the body. Reach those toes out in front of you. And that right hand behind you. Take a big breath here. Let go in your long spinal twist. You can stay here if you wish, or switch on over to the other side. Left knee comes in, bring it across the body, let it point out in front of you as your left hand goes behind you with your gaze. Big breath, and release. Find your way back to center. And then press the skull into the mat as you tuck your shoulders under, preparing for our final resting posture, Shavasana. Let the arms and legs be a little bit away from each other. Let the body grow heavy, yielding to the gravity that is here. Surrendering to the earth. Softening across the eyebrows, the eyes, the jaw. Letting the body be heavy, the shoulders drifting away from the ears. Find your breath right over the heart. Bring that felt intention word to mind as you're holding the breath, letting it ebb and flow. Holding the breath in your mind as a point of focus. Resting on the breath. Beginning to deepen your breath just a bit. Staying in this posture as long as you wish. We're beginning to find a little movement in fingers and toes. Your choice. Taking this time to listen to your body, care for your body. Lengthening out in a bit of a stretch. And drawing your knees in towards your chest. A few circles on the back, feels good. When you're ready, come over to one side or the other and find your way up to a seated posture. And join me in closing practice time together. Thank you for your practice, for your presence and sharing this practice. May this bring peace to your life. May you know peace. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful week.